Mata they are all. Was a year ago last April when he rode up to our camp, just a little Texas stray and all alone. Was along late in the evening when he rode up to our herd on a little Texas pony he called Shaw. With his broken shoes and overalls, a tougher looking kid you never in your life before had saw. His saddle was a Texas cack made many years ago, an OK spur from one foot lightly swung. With his broken shoes and overalls, a tougher looking kid you never in your life before had saw. He said he had to leave his home, his pa had married twice, and his new ma whipped him every day or two. So he saddled up old Shaw one night and let her shuck this way, and now he's trying to paddle his own canoe. He said if we couldn't give him work, he'd do the best he could, though he didn't know straight up about a cow. So the boss, he cut him out a mount, kindly took him on, for he sorta liked that little kid somehow. Well, he learned to wrangle horses, and he tried to know them all, and he'd get 'em in at daylight if he could. He followed the old chuck wagon, and he always hitched a team, and he helped the case of narrow Russellwood. We had driven to the Pecos, the weather being fine, camped on the south side of a bend. When a northern started blowing, we doubled up our guard, for it took us all to hold the cattle in. Now little Joe the Wrangler was called out with the rest, though the little kid had scarcely reached the herd. When the cattle they got frightened, like a hailstorm they fled, and we were all a-riding for the lead. Through the streaks of lightning, one rider could be seen, was little Joe the Wrangler in the lead. He was riding old Blue Rocket with a slicker over his head, trying hard to check 'em in their speed. Well, we finally got 'em milling and sort of quieted down, and the extra guard back to the wagon went. But there was one cowboy missing, and we knew it at a glance, was our little Texas stray, poor Wrangler Joe. Next morning, just at daybreak, we found where Rocket fell, down in a washout 20 feet below. And beneath his horse smashed to a pulp, his spur had rung his knell, for our little Texas stray, poor